Welcome back to the Greg Lansing Show. Going to be a two-part Missouri Valley Conference Tournament edition. The first one, we'll just be talking to head coach Greg Lansing. Tomorrow you'll be able to see Everett Clemens and Niels Boonscoten. But coach, it really is a breath of a fresh air, new beginning with the conference tournament season begins. When you get this time of year, what really goes through your mind?
Well, it's all about contending and competing for championships. Throughout the year, you have the opportunity to win the Orlando tournament, so you have a championship you can win there. Then you have an opportunity to win your regular season conference championship, and this is the postseason. This is the next championship you have the ability and the chance to win. So that's what you play college basketball for, is to compete and challenge for championships and get to raise that trophy. And we've done it here before, been a part of some other staffs at different places that have done it, and there's nothing better.
We'll see how it really benefits your team later on this week, but you mentioned that's why you challenge yourself in non-conference portion and go to a tournament and play in Orlando. What is it about playing in those tournaments early in the year that gets you ready for a time like now?
Well, it's for like now. You know, it's 3 games in 3 days. Of course, those tournaments have been 3 games in 4 days because they give you a day off. This is just, it's similar. It gets you in early in the year, before Christmas, gets you the opportunity to say, here's how we're going to have to do it. If we're going to have a chance to win a tournament championship and play in the NCAA tournament, this is what you have to do. So it's always great preparation, and I'm glad that the conference mandates that we do it. We got another great one next year in Charleston, and the following year we're in Honolulu, so the schedule doesn't get any easier.
Continue to use those travel flying miles,
oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Always nice. I know this time of year you always want to be playing your best basketball. You got a heck of a win on senior night against UNI, a nail biter on the road to Evansville, and you get to see the Purple Aces again, but we'll get to them in a moment. Overall, I know it's not the year that you and the staff and this team anticipated, but where do you feel the team is at heading into this tournament this week?
Yeah, we didn't play poorly at Evansville. We played awfully well here for at least 30 minutes against Northern Iowa. And I think over the last month and a half, other than the game at Loyola, we've played pretty decent. You know, the second half of the conference season, we've got a winning record. We've done much better. We've improved, and I think the chance now coming up Thursday night, okay, let's take our best game in Thursday night. Let's play the best we can possibly play on Thursday night, so we can get an opportunity to advance and move on. But the guys have been doing a good job. They're doing individuals right here behind us right now. It's a good week to get a lot of work in. And a big thing with us, we got to play smarter. You know, when in tight games and tournaments, conference play, it comes down to a lot of them are tight games. Obviously, we've had 18 of them, but the team usually wins is the one that makes the fewest mistakes.
I hate to single out one person in that senior class, but we're about to talk to him is Everett Clemens. It really seems like he's been one of those glue guys for you this year. How would you really describe the impact that Ev has had on this team, really as of late, because he was huge in that UNI game as well with a double-double?
I could just tell, you know, the way he came out in that game, snatching defensive rebounds just above everybody. I knew he was going to be big that day, but one thing I'll say about Ev is this. You go down the list of all the other 9 conference schools that we play, and basically every one of those coaches after playing us has talked about Ev and just how tough he is, how hard he plays, does everything. Marty talked about it after the game and again on his news conference. I know Ben Jacobson did the same thing, Barry Henson, and that means a lot. You know, when the opponent respects you, likes how you play, likes how you compete, and has great things to say about you, that's pretty special.
Well, whenever you can get a coach with a man crush on you, I think that's a pretty good.
Yeah, Barry. Yeah, Barry.
As Barry said
he puts it a little different flavor to his stuff, but that's him.
Before we focus on Evansville, about some of the senior season accomplishments, it was released earlier this week that Britton Scott, 3rd-team All-MVC, and as well as Jordan Barnes being on the All-Freshman team. I know Jordan, who's also working out here behind us, has been a big part of your freshman class and that influx of young talent. Really the future of this team, but you're focused on the here and now. What do those 2 guys really bring to the table for this week in Arch Madness?
Well, you know, those results show you the type of year we had. You know, we've always had a couple all-conference caliber guys in the mix. Last year we had 2 second-teamers. That's why we're sitting where we're at. Our guys just didn't perform at a high enough level, and whether it's recruiting or whether it's the guys, we all take responsibility in for it. We're going to have to change that. We're going to have to get better. But Brenton, that's all conference, 3 straight years, and what he's done, he's not going to be happy about being 3rd. You know, he's motivated to be one of the best players in the league, and he's got to get better, and he's got to change some things in how he plays. And then the future, your point guard right there, Jordan. He's had flashes of really good things, and he and I are going to have a lot of conversations about different things, about what you do on and off the court, He's a good kid, so he's not like he's getting in trouble. He's a good student, but how much extra work you put in. I've been talking to him a lot about Fred Van Fleet, the former Shocker, how he didn't play much as a freshman at all, but those next 3 years he transformed his body, transformed his mentality, how he was going to play, how he was going to lead that team, and he was not going to let that team do anything but be their absolute best, and that's what we're going to ask for Jordan.
I think he had an average career.
Not bad, and he's still doing okay right now. He's in the NBA at a 5'10", fairly non-athletic guy, but right in here in between the years, he's got that as good as anybody's ever had it. Just like Odom, those guys, you can't beat guys like that. You're gonna have to kill them to beat them, and we want to get Jordan a little bit of that mentality.
Let's close out on Evansville. It's going to be the second time you play him within a week, and hearing you with Fritzy on Monday, I know how much you love that fact that that's going to take place. Just the challenges of when you deal with a team that close, when you just played them, not even about a week ago.
I mean, they're so hard to play against anyway. I never look forward to playing Evansville. I look forward to when it's over and we've beaten them, and we've had in our tenure pretty good success against them in the 7 years with our staff. But they're always tough to play against. It's usually very close. Those guys play so hard. It's a rivalry because it is in-state. Marty's been a friend for a long time. His staff's good people. My staff's good people. So, we get in there and we bang heads. We don't like it much, but it's a very, very difficult game always. And whether you won the last one, we split with them in 2 close games this year. This one will take you can win 2 out of 3 of them. And I just hope we go out there and compete and put our best product out there, and then I'll like our chances.
Well, I know it's been a roller coaster ride, but let's hope that we're about to go up and have a heck of a ride in St. Louis.
New season.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck in St. Louis.
Thanks, Luke.
Be sure to stay tuned tomorrow as we'll have our interviews with Everett Clemens and Niels Kuhnskopf. For the Coach Greg Lansing, I am Luke Martin, and everybody with Indiana State men's basketball. You've been watching the Greg Lansing Show on GoSycamores.com.